Hey, Friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome back to Punk Daily. It's been about a week since we've had a Punk Daily, but here we are once again to talk about CM Punk. It's a little bit of CM Punk news, although you're doing the straight edge dance. I'd love to see it. Do the thing with the punt throwing.
Well, that was more moshing, but I can't really. There's no one to like shove and bounce off of, So
that's what the straight edge kids they do, like do the punches and stuff like that, like the Phil Brooks. So anyway,
so it's kind of an amalgam of straight edge dancing and punk moshing type deal.
So let's talk about this, man. So WWE, UFC, and Endeavor pulled out all the stops today to celebrate the launch of TKO Holdings. Oh, it's TKO Holdings.
TKO, like technical knockout.
Like Steve. A technical knockout is what it is.
It's very clever.
No, it's not. And the logo looks like the old Alex Queen of the Ring pointed out the logo looks like the old Velocity logo.
It does.
From back in the day.
It's very much rooted in like the early 2000s.
Right, but they had like a new belt and everything. So anyways, TKO Holdings, of course, is the new company that will house the merger of WWE and UFC. Pretty much all the executives from all those corporate entities, those soulless corporate suits were on hand today on Wall Street, ringing the opening bell to open the day's trading.
I want to note that I got these notes together really quick. So I saw the picture and like Vince was doing the Hogan thing and putting his hand to the ear at Wall Street.
Yeah.
Where that's typically done before you ring the opening bell. I didn't in fact ever confirm they actually were there for the ringing the opening bell. I just assumed.
I think they were. I think that was the thing that they did, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So if not, my bad.
So anyways, they're all doing the opening, the press rounds now to talk about how great this unholy merger is. And while talking with ESPN,
it's like a Rawgate mutant of fight sports.
Oh, no, it is. While talking with ESPN's Mark Raimondi, Nick Khan was asked if WWE would be interested in bringing in CM Punk now that Tony Khan, different Khan, has released him for cause. This is what Nick Khan said. Listen, we only have respect for Phil. We appreciate his run here. We appreciate what he did and tried to do with the UFC. Not many people can actually get in there and do what he did. Well, if he's talking about what he did in the UFC, a lot of people can run directly at a punch and get laid out.
I feel like a lot of people could lose a fight in the UFC.
I'll be honest with you. I can't do any of the fighting, but I could definitely run into a punch and just get laid out.
I could definitely not win any fights, but I could definitely lose all of them.
Right, exactly. So he says, so when we have respect for Phil, we wish him nothing but the best. That last clause, we wish him nothing but the best out there in whatever else he's going to do, not here at TKO Holdings.
Not interested. Pass. That's what he said. Not interested in bringing in Phil. This is what that says. Now, let's say, especially given the Raw ratings, I know they were opposite the opening week of Monday Night Football, got wrecked.
Yeah.
It's a horrible number.
Yeah, it's a really bad number.
It's a bad number, even within the context of going opposite Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers, albeit ended up being short debut for the New York Jets. It's a terrible number. Now, I know it's football season, but if Raw is continually getting wrecked on Monday nights to the Monday Night Football, maybe they might change their minds on bringing in Phil. But as of now, I read this statement, this quote here from Nick Khan, not interested.
Well, they got this, they got this powerhouse of a company now, which is going to be handling the negotiations for the TV stuff. And you know how that is. It's like all these relationships and whatnot. Although I read something, this is on Twitter, maybe it was Meltzer, I don't know what it was. Did you read this about WWE, like a Fox maybe not being interested in paying
That's
as
literally
much?
The next story, Steve.
Oh, snap. That is awesome. Let's get to that because I only saw like the basics of it. So
Do you have anything to add about the Nick Khan statement here about CM Punk coming to WWE?
I'm kind of surprised that he even said that, to be honest with you. I would have thought he would have given like a more generic, like, we look at all available talent to see what fits best with our company. That's more of a Triple H thing. I was kind of surprised that Nick Khan actually said something about CM Punk when asked. I was kind of surprised about that. But no, my read on that
essentially
is
saying no. Yes.
my read on that is the same as yours. We wish him luck with whatever, but also maybe it's entirely possible. I'll just flip this the other side. It's entirely possible, I guess, that they're not 1,000% up on what his contract details are like. I mean, obviously he was publicly fired by AEW, but that's not to say that contractually he might still be under some sort of AEW umbrella that is sitting there. And if they say, oh, we'd love to bring him on board, that could be construed as tampering. Although that might be a bit of a stretch, but maybe they're just really careful about that.
That could be. I'd feel like if that were the case, though, he wouldn't even go to this degree. It'd be like more like your initial thought, where it's like, hey, we pay attention to all available talent, and if you think there's a good fit, then we might look into that. But to mention Phil by name, and say wish him nothing but the best, that just kind of feels like.
There's also, I will point this out, and again, I don't think WWE is going to take him. I really don't. But there is also the time-honored tradition with WWE that I'm sure Nick Khan has caught on to, that you never talk about, if you are planning on signing somebody, you try to misdirect, you try to distance yourself from that idea.
Situation where they'll try to show their hand. Yeah, could be.
Maybe, but
feels like not interested though.
All things being equal, this sounds like a statement that's like, whatever he wants to do, good for him, but he can't stay here. He doesn't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. All right, let's get to this whole where is SmackDown going to land for airing their shows and stuff. So, latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer talked about the most likely home for SmackDown. Mm-hmm. This is what he said. Something else also when Garrett and I were talking on Friday about Disney being interested on SmackDown on Friday. The belief is that Raw and NXT will probably stay with USA, although WWE is looking for a huge increase in price for both those shows, especially Raw, obviously from 465 to 700 million. Wow. I'd assume that's annually.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
As far as SmackDown goes, time will tell. There's a feeling that Fox is not going to go for the 300, I assume 300 million, not $300, which is what WWE is trying to get out of SmackDown or more, and that Disney and Amazon are probably the two companies most in contention for it. And if it's Disney, I brought up ABC or probably FX. Now, that'd be something else if hopefully it's not a Friday night. SmackDown ended up prime time network television. I know Fox is network. It's like the newest network though. This is like legacy network. This is ABC, CBS, NBC.
This shit was going on in like the 50s and 60s. Yeah, but it's not like Fox, which was like 89 or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
And I know there's Saturday Night Main Event that were specials on NBC. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the weekly show.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 So that was an interesting figure. Not go for the 300 as opposed to Raw, which could be getting.
I'd assume the 465 to 700 is a package deal for both Raw and NXT.
Still, given that NXT was getting like 40 or something like that, which is sort of a chump change. Yeah. That's kind of, and plus Fox is on network. You'd think that'd be a sweetener, but who knows what exactly these numbers mean. But yeah, I don't know. Fox, I think, has been a pretty good home for it. I would love to see it come off Fridays, but like, I don't know if that okay. So for example, if Amazon got it, obviously they've got Thursday Night Football. So that wouldn't be
Thursday
an
be a
option.
non-starter for Amazon,
and then all the other nights wouldn't work either unless they wanted to go against AEW on Wednesdays, but I don't see them doing that. That would be kind of silly. You don't think so? You think that's a possibility?
I wouldn't discount that entirely.
SmackDown would all of a sudden dominate, but yeah, I don't know. Like ABC on Fridays, that'd be a holy shit slot. That'd be, oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be pretty huge. 8 p.m.
That is on
ABC.
Yeah,
that'd be massive.
That'd be huge. FX, I don't know what to expect with FX. I mean, FX is probably generally speaking, the same number of houses as USA, I would think.
You'd think so. But obviously not the reach of network television. No.
Oh my God, no. If you go to ABC, you might be looking at bigger numbers even than Fox, possibly. Or at least on par.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, they've been on Fox since 2019? Mm-hmm. So yeah, that'd be a a good 5-year run there on Fox, and then heading over somewhere else. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I would love to see it get off Fridays, but yeah, like I said, I just don't know when. Like they're not going to do Monday, Tuesday. No, Tuesday's NXT. Yeah,
They could do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those. I mean, obviously Amazon can't do Thursday, but if it ends up on FX or ABC, I don't know. I don't know ABC's primetime lineup for Wednesdays and Thursday nights.
I mean, let's just, for the sake of conversation, take Wednesday off the table because of Dynamite. ABC Thursday night lineup. I mean, I guarantee.
For years, I don't pay attention to network television a whole lot these days, but for years, Thursday night was like a highly competitive night.
Oh, I gotta think that it still would be, right? Let's see here. Thursday. Here we go. They've got what is this? Generation Gap at 8:00.
Oh, things might be different now because there's a writers and actors strike now, so it might be a lot of reality TV.
So yeah, that's family members work together to answer questions about each other's generations. And then the prank panel at 9, and that's people pitch pranks targeting family members, friends, and coworkers to a panel of great pranksters. That sounds fucking horrible.
I mean, I guess maybe if they anticipate the strike going on for a while, they were like, yes, Smackdown, come to Thursday night. Save our Thursday nights, please.
That's a possibility, man. It really is. And then Shark Tank is on it.
Oh, that's a pretty successful show.
I think that's a successful one. So, yeah, it wouldn't shock me to see. Hold on, I got Friday right here. Friday. Here we go. Friday, there's some sort of special at 8 p.m. The Latin Music Revolution, a Soul of Nation presentation. And then 2020, which is probably cheap and does good ratings at 9. And that's a 2-hour show. So, I mean, maybe they could replace 2020 or have moved 2020 to like an hour long. But I don't know, man. A lot of old people like that shit. That true crime stuff, that's blowing up these days.
Oh, yeah. That does well.
Love to know about murder anyways. So let's talk about this. More merger news. You know, WWE and UFC and all this shit. Mark Raimondi from ESPN also noted that while speaking with Khan at UFC...
and UFC. Sorry, supposed to be and UFC.
And UFC COO Lawrence Epstein. Any relationship to any relations to the guy, the scumbag Epstein?
I don't know.
We could see UFC and WWE events held in the same city on the same weekend. You think that guy killed himself in jail?
Let's just focus on the wrestling news, please.
TKO could bring the two promotions to tourism authorities as a package deal and get paid to bring both money. Site fees have already become a revenue stream for UFC and WWE. So, of course, like, you know, tourism boards like the Puerto Rico one.
Or Clash at the Castle.
Clash of the Castle over there in the Scotland,
yeah.
Wales, rather.
Wales, yeah, and that's why apparently London has no incentive to pony up a huge dollar amount to bring a WWE show to Wembley, because tourists go to London as is.
Yeah.
It's already a destination.
They don't need WWE. So they got Big Ben. They got the fucking royal family over there. You think there's an Epstein connection there with the royal family?
I think that's confirmed, Steve.
I think there was, right?
I think it's confirmed that is the case. Khan also noted during the same conversation that, quote, there is a push for UFC fighters with big personalities to cross over into WWE after their MMA careers are over. Khan, this is a quote, could those people have a longer life at WWE and extended life with TKO? We think so. So if you got UFC fighter, boisterous personality, and they want to extend their fight career in choreograph fights, then apparently there's a path.
Also make like more than 5 figures.
Because UFC does not pay their fighters anything.
Because Dana White pays his people shit.
Yeah.
He's like that. You see that Twitter clip going around of that CEO saying we need to make workers like beg us for jobs again? You'll be infuriated, man. You'll want to ring this dude.
I'm infuriated hearing about it.
Oh man. Oh, scum of the earth, these capitalists and all this stuff.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, Dana White. Oh my God, he's playing him. He's like, here, Tiny Tim. Here's some pennies for you. All these UFC fighters literally giving years of their life over to this guy. And he's like, here, how about this? $50,000 a year. And you got to train, you got to pay your trainers. You got to pay this guy, that guy.
I know.
You know, we get to dictate what ads you have on your shorts. I think that's still a thing.
I think so. Yeah, they all have to wear the Reebok shorts, right?
So, I mean, basically what they're saying is UFC developmental for WWE because UFC, they get paid like what NXT people get.
Yeah, virtually. Yeah, without the benefit of free training.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
you want to make the money come to where the big boys play. You know.
Yeah, the adjective.
The adjective play.
Yeah.
Anyways, what a wild edition of News Brief. Thanks everybody for tuning
Took some
in.
detours there, didn't it?
Oh, we appreciate it. Oh, hit that sub button, hit that thumbs up. We'd appreciate it. Punk Daily, another Punk Daily in the bag. Will there be another one tomorrow? I don't know. Find out tomorrow.